Pest management is an important aspect in the food handling environment. In this video, we are going to demonstrate how pest management is an integral part of all 7 principles of the Haccp system. Haccp is the abbreviation for Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Points. The first principle is identify the hazards, and we do this by conducting a hazard analysis. We therefore have to determine what may cause food safety hazards in the food handling establishment. The most significant hazards in food processing or food handling establishments are microbiological contaminants such as Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria. Pests such as cockroaches, rats, and mice are vectors of such diseases and can therefore carry harmful bacteria that can contaminate foods and cause illness to humans in food handling establishments such as restaurants and hotels. Irresponsible actions of PCOs may also cause insecticides to contaminate food when open food is not removed before treatment or when food processing surfaces are not covered during treatment. Now that we have determined the hazards, we can move to the next principle. The second principle of Haccp is critical control points, known as CCPs. A CCP in food production is a step where an action can be taken to prevent a food safety hazard. When the presence of any pest is critical to food safety, then the absence of pests becomes a CCP. The first line of defense will be rodent bait stations positioned at the boundary or perimeter of the food handling property. The second line of defense will be the outside of the building. The third line is the inside of the building. SANS 10133 of 2011 indicates where and what insecticides may be used at a food processing establishment. Hand washing is an example of a preventative CCP. The third principle of Haccp is to determine critical limits. This is a limit at which a hazard is acceptable without compromising food safety. Each food establishment will have its own protocol on allowable insects and rodents within their property before action will be taken. The norm is as follows. 1 rat will require immediate action. 1 cockroach will require weekly visits by a PCO. When pest management products are kept on a food establishment premises, they should be stored in a separate storeroom just for that purpose, safely away from food, and always be locked to prevent unauthorized access. The fourth principle of Haccp is establish critical control point monitoring requirements. Monitoring activities are essential to make sure the process continues to operate safely. Examples of effective monitoring procedures are installation of sticky traps, pheromone traps as an indicator, as well as rodent traps, for example the T-Rex snap traps. All traps require daily checking, especially glue boards. Haccp policy on the rodent humane use of glue boards must be strictly followed. Night inspections are also a good monitor indicator. These inspections must be carried out in staff quarters as well. If any evidence of rodent droppings, rodents, and insects are found, it should be reported and documented. Check all sighting logs for evidence of activity. The fifth principle of Haccp is establish corrective actions. Before chemical corrective actions are implemented, ensure that the following are in place. Good cleaning and effective sanitation has to be part of daily operations. Ensure all exit doors have self-closing devices as well as fitted rodent protecting metal plates. Close up all possible rodent entry points. Check that all electric fly killers with glue boards are in working condition and serviced. Now introduce pest management actions. Ensure all exit doors have tamper-proof rodent stations on both sides of the outside. If rodents are found, it will require daily inspection and treatments until there is no rodent activity for 2 consecutive days. If cockroaches are found, weekly inspections and treatments are necessary until there is no evidence of cockroaches for 2 consecutive weeks. Then monthly inspections should be carried out. Heavy cockroach infestations require night inspections and treatments. Always work according to the protocol or standard operating procedures, SOP, as well as the applicable SANS codes. SANS 10133 of 2011, the application of pesticides in food handling. The sixth principle of Haccp is to establish record-keeping procedures. These records are the summary of the hazard analysis and control measures and demonstrate the effectiveness of the controls. All records are kept in the Haccp file and include the following: standard operating procedures, SOP, sighting logs, trend reports, inspection and activity reports, details of the pest control operator, chemical log sheet, and material safety data sheet. The seventh principle of Haccp is to establish verification procedures. It is essential that the Haccp team or outside expert evaluates the system to ensure the Haccp plan is correctly followed. Audits should be carried out yearly, and all policies should be revised annually in accordance with the relevant SANS codes. Thank you for watching, and we trust that you are taking proactive steps to improve the safety of the food prepared sold in food establishments. Remember, the common goal should always be delivering safe, quality, pest-free food to consumers.